Hi, everybody. It's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. And oh my goodness, I have to stop. Uh, I don't have my sketch with me. Ooh. Well, we're going to carry on without it. I'm going to show you what the sketch is. I'll be showing it when it goes live, when I put it on my post at 10:45. So welcome to stampinwithdiane.com on an interior. Oh my goodness. I knew it was going to be this kind of a day. Anyways, I'm from Kamloops, British Columbia, here in Canada. So if you've never done it before, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Or if you are dropping on through Facebook and you haven't given StreamYard that permission, make sure that you let me know who you are. In any event, I am going to attempt. Now, I have to say attempt because I forgot upstairs. I forgot my sketch challenge that I'd printed off. But like I say, it'll go on my group at 10:45, and it's card sketch number 105. And so what I'm going to do, I can't believe it. Wait till I tell you a few other things that happened already this morning. So just before I went live, so you may understand a little bit more, but that's life. Such is life, right? In any event, we are going to be using one of the cutest little stamp set. It's called the Elephant Parade and the Dies. It's a bundle. Remember, when you buy it together that you do save 10%. So I was also going to use, I wanted to make a shaker card with it. So that's why I say it's an attempt, because when I was getting all my shaker pieces, I dropped them on the floor. And when you see these shaker pieces, you'll understand. In any event, it's all good. All right, so we are going to use these dies. I'm also using the Stylish Shapes because we're actually going to use these circles to make the thing for our shaker card. And then, of course, we're using the dies. But the other thing that we're using is one of my new favorites is the dots and the spots. And this is where I actually got my shaker parts from. And like I say, I dropped them all over the floor. So I had to quickly go make some more. So I'm hoping that it's going to turn out okay. If it doesn't, it'll turn out fine. I'm sure it will. In any event, let's get started. Like I say, I laugh at myself because things like that always seem to happen to me. Okay, one of the first things that I want to do is I want to show you how I'm doing a circle for my shaker part. And unfortunately, like I say, I can't even show you what the sketch looks like. But I'll give you the measurements as we go along. So I'm using these foam adhesive sheets. These things really are amazing. They pop up. They do some amazing things with it. So I want to show you how I actually made that, so you can kind of see how I did it. So I took my Stylish Shapes, and what I did was, and I'm not going to actually do this again, but I'm going to show you how I did it. So I took two sizes of my Stylish Shapes. So I took one bigger than the other, and I'm only doing it on the smaller piece because I've already got it cut out. But what I did was I took a piece of the color that I wanted for the outside of my frame, and what I did was I took this part here, and then I put this part on the inside. I ran it through the Big Shot. You notice I haven't even attached this, right? I'm taking it like this. And you know what? I think I can run it through just to show you. Now, I didn't use my magnetic plate on this particular one because what I wanted to do was, I don't know if it would be magnetic enough to go through this foam sheets, but what I did was I made sure that that was right in the middle. I put on some Post-it note tape, and I'm going to bring it through so that you can see. So just come in with my cut and emboss machine. Like I say, I'm not using the magnetic sheet for this particular one, but I will be using it for, I'm hoping that's going to be big enough. If not, that's okay because we're just showing you how I'm doing it. So, and then I just came through And I'm just running this through like this. I could have done this on the mini so it would have shown you. And because it's thicker, because it's that adhesive pop-up things, I'm just going to run it through a couple of times. Because that's like a layer of cardstock plus that foam layer that it's going through as well. So let me just take that out of the way. And then what happens is that I'm just going to take this tape off before it gets stuck on there and I can't use it. All right, so then when I've got my sheets, this is just going to go into my pot where I have all my stuff. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use this part. I'm going to attach it to that part, and that's what's going to give me my shaker. So when you see the card being done, I just wanted to show you that I cut those out separately like that so that I've got a base, or I've got the start of my shaker card. So that's kind of just showing you that part to begin with. All right, so then let's get going on the card. I'm using actually Smoky Slate. This is a regular card base. It's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And you know what? This almost looks like this is gray granite. Oh. All right. How can I tell, right? See the difference? And I don't want gray granite on this card. So let me just quickly cut that. To say it's that kind of a day, right? Good thing I don't get flustered. Well, there are days that I do, but and then I'm scoring it 4 1/4. Oh my goodness. All right. And then we're just going to fold it into the mountain and we'll score that. I just wanted I wanted a whiter gray. Does that make sense? The gray granite has quite a bit of yellow in it, so I wanted to make sure that I had it going that way. All right. So we've got that started. I don't know if you caught it the other day when I was doing the dots and spots. I went and I had cut a piece out with the So Saffron. So I thought, what better time to use that is to use it today in the card sketch. So I have one piece. So this second layer is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. So let's just go ahead and put that on there. And then I decided, well, you know what? Oh, I'm going to really wish I had brought that thing down because I'm going to have to cut another piece, another die cut because it was on my sketch. Okay, so this piece happens to be 1 1/2. I just got to double make sure. No, it's 1 3/4. And we're going to put that there. And then this piece, and this is the Designer Series paper, and it happens to be 2. This is 1 1/2, and this is 2 inches. And I think on the sketch, it's a little bit different of a size. But let's get the general idea. So I'm just going to actually, I love this dots and spots die cut. I think this is only the beginning. I showed the other day when I did Bottled of Happiness where you can use this as a stencil. Plus we used it as shaker pieces. And of course, that's what got me going to do this card. And with the Elephant Parade, it just sort of dictates that it should be with the yellow and that sort of stuff. Okay, so now now this paper is the Designer Series paper. This is the Subtles Designer Series paper. I'm using the polka dots on this one. Those Designer Series paper packs are amazing. We used to get them in 12 by 12 sheets, and they were so big that I never would use them, but I can use them on these these 20 packs or 40 packs of designer series paper. All right, so I'm just layering this part on here. So the purpose of this was to have one piece of designer series paper on that side and one on that side. Now, another thing that I did have, and it was on my sketch that I actually did, is a scallop circle. So we're going to have to cut that. So I have my layering circle dies. So I want to make sure that it's one of the dies that's, and I think it's, I can't remember the size of the circle, but this I think is the second largest. Yes, so we're going to just have that. I'm going to cut that from some gray, some basic gray. So we're just going to have to cut that out as well. Like I say, I had all this cut, but that's what happens, right? This morning really got away from me, that's for sure. All right. So I don't know if many of you have good morning. Well, you like my cards, let me tell you. This one's going to be like, it's one of those ones that, well, I'm hoping it turns out now after the morning, but it will. We'll make it work, right? Thank you. I really do appreciate that. So that was from the Layering Circles dies. My goodness, I don't know what I'd do without those dies. So I have that, and see, I also cut this circle. This is the one from the Simply Shapes. There we go. So that's going to layer on there like this. I'm going to kind of give you the rough idea of what this sketch looks like while I can still do it. So I have this like this, and then there's a tiny little circle that kind of goes right about here, a little bit smaller than this. And this is how it looks. That's what the sketch looks like. So now we can continue to go on with this. So let's move those out of the way before I spill those all on the floor. Okay, so I'm going to have that on there. Now let's bring in those other pieces that I had. Like I say, it's one of those days, right? I was organized. And where did my other dies go to that I had cut out already? Yeah, it's that kind of a day for sure. Should really just start all over again, right? All right, this is not very good. I went and I brought them all out. All right. So I went and I have my shapes. Oh, please help me. I'll stamp and then we'll see what happens. This really is a bad day. All right. Are you laughing at me now? Oh my goodness, this is awful. No, that's not going to fit. All right, so we're going to stamp some of these stamps. I actually wanted to show you how to use those magnetic sheet or the masking sheets. And it really is kind of fun. The masking sheets are a lot of fun. All right, so I'm just going to come in with my Memento. And let's go ahead and stamp some images that we're going to use. We can use this guy. And really, by using the magnetic plate to cut these out is awesome. And I think I need the leaves as well. So those are the shapes that we're going to be using today. I'm going to figure out what sentiment I want to put on there. All right, so what I would do is I would turn around and I would color them. So I've gone ahead and actually colored some of my, the elephants and the mouse, and of course this part here. And then I've got some of this stuff already done. That's already cut out. Can't believe I can't find that sheet. And without that, I'm going to be hooked to make this card. Or we're going to change it up and not do a shaker card. All right. So let's figure out what are we going to, I'm trying to look and do this at the same time, and it's not working, that's for sure. I have this piece here. Oh, embarrassing. But that's my life, right? Not in there, not in there. It's not in my catalog. Well, isn't that something? Well, I guess we're going to have to do this all from scratch. The worst part is everything's in there. Take a deep breath. Well, I'm not. It just upsets me that I have to do this kind of looking around for it, because it's going to be cute. I know it's going to be cute. All right, well, let's go ahead and redo it. So like I say, I'd gone and I had cut this out the way that I had shown you before, and this is going to lay onto this part right here. Now I had a piece of window sheet also in with that piece. So I have a piece of window sheet here. So I'm going to actually just trim that down with my circles. So let me just cut this down with my, you know, as soon as this is over with, I know I'm going to find all those pieces. All right, so I'm just taking a piece of window sheet and we're just going to run that through. Just like that. And then this is, now look at that, I lost that piece too. All right, you guys, where did that piece go that I just had that was layered up? Here it is. Okay, so this is not the way that I normally would do this, but that's okay. We're going to live with this. This is going to go onto this part right here. And this part's the crooked one. So, oh well, we're going to just go ahead and do it this way. So I'm going to actually take this and I'm going to layer onto that piece of window sheet. Just like so. And it's crooked, but that's okay. Well, Pam, unfortunately, you're coming in late and you're seeing all the errors. It's one of those ones that you go and it just isn't working, right? So let's go ahead and layer this one down there onto our card. Now, this is going to layer onto there, but I'm actually going to I have to improvise. And this is just going to layer onto this piece here. And the reason I have to improvise is because this is not the piece I was working with. But that's okay. We'll make it work. All right. So this piece is going to actually go back onto here. Like I say, this is not how I would normally do this card. But like I say, because we have to, the show must go on, right? All right. So now all of those things that I dropped this morning that I took out of that thing, out of the spots and dots, is going to go right in here like so. So I didn't pick them up off the floor because it's a carpet, and I thought, oh, it's just going to take too long. And that was just before this all happened on there. So now this is just going to go onto here like so. And I should have used my embossing buddy with it, but you know what? We're going to leave it just like that. So see, this is kind of giving a bit of a sneak preview of how you shouldn't do it. All right, so then I've got to figure out, should we do I'll Never Forget Your Kindness, What a Happy Day? I think this What a Happy Day would be a good one to put on there. And I put that on another one, I think, that I had done with these. This is such a cute set that I think that you could use this for, you could use it for a birthday. You could use it for a birth announcement. You could use it for, what else could you use it for? Now, that package that I had everything on also had extra sheet just in case I don't get this straight. So I do want this to come down a bit. It's going to go there. It is crooked, but we're going to live with it. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on there. Oh my goodness. Oh, when I improvise, oh my goodness. Well, put it this way. This is one of those days, and this should not have been done like this. Honestly, it shouldn't have been done that way, but I showed you a way to do it if you mucked up. Like I say, I'm going to find that other piece, and I'll end up making the card the way it should have been. So I'm just going to actually put that right there. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to put this little mouse on the side there is what I wanted to do. And then I thought this guy could go here. Do I have too much? I probably should have used lighter shaker thing in there. All right. So let's put this guy up here, but I want to put some of that grass up there. Oh my goodness, yes. Oh, Pam, you're from Nova Scotia. Well, you guys are getting hotter weather than we are. Our weather here in British Columbia is awful. I haven't even planted my plants yet because I'm afraid to plant them. All right, so I did cut out some grass from, I want to put this guy kind of in behind here. You know what? I can put it sort of in between there. All right, so we're just going to stick this guy on too. Kind of in between. Started out to be a really good day, so oh well. Let's put this guy down a little bit there. And you know what? I could probably come and cut off another piece of the, Well, you know, and then we're all thinking here in BC, oh well, there won't be any flooding, there won't be anything like that. And then I just heard on the news the other day that because there's a really big snowpack, and they're figuring that we're going to have um, levels like we had in 1972. And 72 was when we had one part of our community out where I live that completely flooded. I'm on the riverside, so there is a chance I could flood. But, you know, I'm good. I think we'll be okay. All right, so this little mouse guy is going to go here as well. Oh, created an opportunity? Yes, probably, Dorothy, is probably a good way of putting that. All right, and I do happen to have, I cut out some of these butterflies, but I didn't have those ones colored, so we'll just quickly color those. I'm just going to do it also in yellow. Whoops, I think I used the wrong yellow. You know what? I'm going to put in a bit of pink in there, and that'll kind of, oops. Here we go. And we're going to pop that up with a mini dimensional. I better put a bit more color on that. Not seeing it too much. I'm going to actually come in with my pumpkin pie. We'll try that. Oh my goodness, you're coming to Vancouver. You must be doing the Alaskan cruise. Well, I'm dying to go to the Maritimes, so I think that might be something that... Okay, so let's just put this little guy up here. Oops, maybe we should put him so high. Put them right about there. And then, of course, we have to do the inside of the card. And I've lost that one as well. So let's see. You know what? I don't need to actually put an inside to this inside of this card because it is already white. So I've gone ahead and colored this one. So I'm just going to glue him in there because we don't want dimension on the inside of the card. And depending on what you want to put, oh, that would be so cute with dimension on it though. Oh well. I do not know where all that stuff went to. Anyways, make sure that you stop back at 11:45, and then on the Facebook page or group, and also on the page, I'll show what the sketch was exactly. Did you catch that? Did you see? I got a bit of glue on that, and then I just use a sponge, and that just comes off that way. All right, so there's my... I think we need to embellish it. Let's embellish it. If I can find those too, because I did have those on here. I am going to use these polished dots. I have a few left, and they are retiring at the end of this year, or the end of this the mini celebration. So I'm just going to come in here and watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my dark daffodil delight, and then let's just color this up with our stamping blends. Thank you. Well, it started out as a disaster, let me say. How can I miss so much stuff? It just is so frustrating for me. Like I say, I can't see it anywhere. I thought while I was busy trying to do some of my improvisation that I could have found them. This could have actually been in dark gray too, but I like it kind of like that. Now I also thought, should I add ribbon to it? I didn't know if I should add ribbon. I had this ribbon and I went, nope, that doesn't work. And then I had this, so I could actually, do you color your blends? I mean, color your ribbon? Thanks, Janet. I will find those bits later. Thank you. Oh, you guys are so supportive. Oh my goodness. I will find those bits. And this is ridiculous because there's hardly anything really on this table. So I'm thinking that it got stuck in a book or on my cut and emboss. I did not intend to use that at all. All right. Now, the one nice thing with this white bias ribbon is it colors so nicely, but it's so staticky. But as soon as you color it with your Stampin' Blends, the static of this ribbon disappears. So I'm just going to tie that bow. There we go. And the key to bows are tight. So let's see if that works. Oh, thank you. Yeah, those dots and spots, I'm telling you, it's going to be so versatile. If you didn't see it, I had done one the other day with Bottled Happiness. And I also used it to, now, is that going to be too much? Is that going to be, to me, this could be like a baby card, right? So do we want the ribbon on or don't we? Just let me know. This might be kind of cute up here. To me, a baby card should have ribbon, it should have dots, it should have all that sort of stuff. So anyways, nobody's saying anything, so I'll just have to decide. Do I want the bow on it or not? It needs to be smaller. You want the bow smaller? Okay. That's easy enough. Okay. Well, I'm doing the cut, so we shall see. No ribbon. I think it's nice without the bow. All right. I'll be able to use this bow somewhere else anyways. Oh, look at a bow in the thing. Anyways, I'm going to just, whatever. I can do that. I can't do it. Don't know. In any event, don't forget about the dots and spots thing there. I really made a terrible, terrible error with all the not being able to find the stuff. But that's okay. We made the card. We got through the card. Oh, my goodness. Oh, it's just one of those days, right? I can laugh at myself. Thanks for staying with me. My goodness. Don't forget, I do have, if you do live in Canada, and I do have my, thank you, my birthday celebration week. It goes until tomorrow, or is today the last day? I can extend it until tomorrow, where anybody that puts in an order that's over $65, I am giving away, oh my goodness, somebody's mad at me. Marilyn, you've got the angry face on there. In any ways, I am giving away 2 magnetic plates. So I'm going to do a draw for that. And if you don't win the draw, I'm also giving away those iridescent pearls to the ones that haven't won. So in any event, have a great day. If you have nothing to do tonight, why not join us for the Sip and Stamp? That'll also be on my Facebook groups, all the pages. All we do is we just sit and we stamp, we do things, we talk, we chit chat, and we have a lot of fun. Anyways, have a great day.